Okay, so it is very important for us to discuss the issue of global warming. To cure a disease, first we have to study about the disease. In the same manner, to cope up with this problem of global warming, it is very important for us to talk about what it is actually. So, it is the average rise in the temperature of the Earth's surface. See, the natural processes happening in the world, no doubt that it increases the temperature and the climate. But in the past decades, it has changed rapidly. So, global warming is caused mainly because of human activities and burning of fossil fuels. Like fossil fuels, if I tell you, it includes coal, oil, and natural gas. Now, burning such fossil fuels emit greenhouse gases. Now, what happens? The sun rays penetrate into the Earth's atmosphere, and the Earth radiates the heat back to the atmosphere. But what happens? These greenhouse gases, which are like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor also even, and methane. These gases, what these does that these are good trapper of heats and doesn't let the heat go out again, which again increases the average temperature of the earth, which causes greenhouse effect. Same this thing is happening in the Europe. It is creating a heat dome over the Europe.
Yeah. As she already gave you introduction about global warming and what causes global warming and what are the effects of global warming, there is a very high limelight topic in Europe, that Europe is facing a lot of heat waves just because of global warming. We all know that Europe is already a very big country, it like a big continent actually, and it has a lot of very big countries with many people living there, and lot of them, like even most of the people there are working with vehicles. They can't walk a distance, they just use their vehicles. And there are a lot of industries of many, luxury brands or normal brands, they are doing that. Just because of that, the greenhouse gases are releasing and increase of global warming is seen. But all of the media, like throughout the Indian media or every worldwide media, they are showing that Europe is facing a really heat weather. But you know what, the actual temperature there is 41 degree. That's the high temperature, and if you hear it, you will be like, Churu mein to 52 degree bhi hua tha last year. But they didn't face a lot of crisis. You know why? But Europe is such a country that the highest temperature in Europe is just 20 degrees Celsius. They face winters snowfall, and in summers they face lower heat, like lower cold. They don't face a winter weather like us, ki everywhere there is fog and everything, you can't see properly and all. They don't face such type of winter weather. They just see a lesser heat, lesser coldness in winters, and a higher cold in winters, okay. So if we speak about the Europe, every country, every media is showing that there is a lot of heat waves and everything, but the temperature is just 41 degrees Celsius. And why they are facing it? Because Europe is made only for the cold weather, because they have never faced any type of heat waves or heat weather in their past centuries, like 2 or 3 centuries. They have never faced such type of weather, but this time they are facing it. So they are already, getting, they are fumbling, they are feeling the hustle and bustle throughout the country, throughout the continent, just because they never face such type of heat waves. But in India, we do face heat waves which are up to 52 degrees Celsius as well. They are facing it, and they are getting more panicked, just because they are all dependent on the cold weather. They have never prepared themselves for any heat waves. Their houses are made according to their winters and cold weather, but not according to the heat waves. They have a really thick wall. Even the glasses at the windows are really thick, that the heat inside the house doesn't go out. They have, pre-insulated heaters in their houses, that their floor do get heated by itself. But they don't have a single fan or an AC. Only 10% of the population of Europe has AC in their house. Now they have faced a lot of heat waves, they have faced a very large heat crisis, that every time when the store opens, there is a fight between everyone to get a piece of fan or even a AC. it is not a really big temperature rise, but if we see in a country like Europe there are heat waves, then what to say about India? Because in normal, summers we face 52 degrees Celsius. If you know that last year we faced it in Churu and every towns, if you have any knowledge about it. In India we have faced 52 degrees Celsius without heat waves, only first wave of heat. Then just think about what will be happening in India if the global warming reaches at its peak. Yeah. Now you can ask questions to us.
What I can do manage the global warming?
A single person can't do it. Like, we will start with the one person. Like, everyone sitting here should start planting more and more trees, which is very important. Because tree is directly proportional to rainfall, and rainfall is inversely proportional to global warming. अगर पेड़ बढ़ेंगे तो बारिश होगी तो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग थोड़ी कम होगी. दूसरा, you should start walking on your own. Don't use vehicles a lot, start walking rather than vehicles. That's all you can do from your, all that government needs to work on it to start finding or to start good strict rules on such things.
Like we can switch to clean energy sources like solar panels. If you have seen, if you know that government is providing loans out of 1 lakh 80,000, government is ready to give 80,000 out of that. Isn't it good thing? And now it is not that rare to see the solar panels on the rooftops. If you can, we get to see that very often. And also we can switch to the electrical vehicles. If you know, again it is not rare to see, we get to see it on roads. I get to see it almost every day. You know that green name number plate on the vehicles. 2 3 vehicles every day I get to see. So one thing, we can move to clean energy sources. Second one is electrical vehicle, and third thing is awareness. Like sir has given us topic on the global warming, like we are discussing over here, we should also discuss this problem with our friends, families, and the community also, so that we can become aware.
How can I aware the peoples and so in our society?
By discussing with them. Like when you will go in evening with your friends, you should discuss the topic. Have you listened that news in the Europe? What's happening over there? You know, the railway tracks are getting expanded, the road is being melted, and power stations are being disrupted. You should discuss these topics. Like in Germany, 1,300 people have met to the casualty. We should discuss all these things, because ultimately we cannot ignore the global warming. It is just like a elephant in a room. It means it's a big problem which no one is discussing. So I think there is a need to discuss about it. Like we had discussed the corona in COVID period, every day we used to discuss about that. In the same manner, because ultimately, if we will not save the planet today, there will be no tomorrow to plan for us, isn't it?
What is the main cause of global warming?
Yeah, main cause of global warming is that, burning of greenhouse gases. It's all about that only. The burning of greenhouse gases are actually seen when we see petrol or diesel cars. There the fuel burns and the gases released are the greenhouse gases, which cause the trapping of heat waves in the earth only. And uh, there is a layer, if you know, that ozone layer, which is depleting. Everyone knows that because we have studied in class 5th, 8th, and even 10th also, that there is an ozone layer and it is depleting because of global warming. Because it is depleting because heat is getting trapped in our earth only, which causes a lot of heat reaction. Because if we have there is sun, it transfers heat to us and it get trapped because of the greenhouse gases, because their main work is to trap heat. So yeah, that's the main cause, which is vehicles that we are using and the fuels we burn in any factories or any industrial area. That's the main cause.
But without vehicles and electrical things, we can't live our life.
We can't live, but we can short the usage of it. Like, if you have she has already told you that switch to e-vehicles, which is much better. Okay, like switching to e-vehicles is very great. Using solar plates is very great, so you can use them. Another thing is you don't need to change. If you don't want to change your vehicles, just short up the usage of vehicle, like just short up the usage. Because if you are walking from one distance to another, you will take your bike, you will take your scooty, just walk through that now, like just walk by your own. Another thing is, if you are going to any of the places here, you will take your own vehicle, just use the public transport. It would be much easier and much better, because a lot of people will travel with the public transport. It would be easier for them. So yeah, just shortage the usage, or maybe change to a better option.
CO2 gas is very important for trees, but when its level is very increased, that time why it's harmful, and it's main reason of global warming.
CO2, you can't say that CO2 is the main reason of global warming. Methane, actually, in my opinion, that methane gas is the main problem. For, in my opinion, every gas causes a problem. Every gas together brings this topic of global warming in Earth. So yeah, CO2 is important. Even oxygen is also important, right? It's not that ki CO2 is the only thing that we need. I won't say that only CO2 is the main reason for global warming. All the gases together make us face global warming.
How can we aware the people about the global warming, because no one know about this, and government try to stop this, but the process is not work properly.
Yeah, she has already told us that for e-vehicles, government is giving us 80,000 rupees to buy. Even I didn't have an idea about it. She told me, which is a great thing. Uh, what we can do is, we all use social media. Everyone, hardly there will be someone who doesn't use any social media platform, anything. Start posting about it. Start writing about it. If you know about anything, like if you face any problem while moving, or like today we have discussed about it. So if you see that there is a scope that I can write, like everyone like in our house, like a single person in our house is an influencer, like some of us is creating reels or anything, start posting about it. It will make us, what we can do is just to talk about everyone. Talk about it to everyone, like talk about it with your friends, your family, your relatives, everyone. But what we can do is just talk. We can't make any initiative. The government has to take a strict initiative or punishment for such things. We can just speak about it and post about it.
If I can grow billionaires of trees, can I solve the problem of global warming?
Yes, at a great extent, it can solve the problem of
But
global warming. Sometimes I'm surprised that Delhi these days are, installing artificial the air purifiers in their
Yes,
home.
yes,
They are
yes.
using machines. Why don't they plant trees instead? I know it is a long-term solution to that. A tree takes time to grow, but it will work out in long run, isn't it? So yes, I agree with that. Planting trees will solve the problem at a great extent, no doubt.
But the growing of trees is not stop the global warming,
Yes, again we have to
because we care
also,
it.
yes, again we also have to reduce the usage of coal. Many of the hydroelectricity stations are being installed in our India, along with geothermal one. Geothermal uses coal, and these turbines at the dams are being producing electricity by water. So it's not like that. We are also working on that.